Welcome back to a special report on here on WICR. I'm Matt Ricker reporting from the basement of LaPenta. This is a special election day coverage. It's been a crazy day. I've been going since 10 a.m. With the broadcast, but hey, I love it. Thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. I'm on Ustream and Facebook Live, so do tune in if you can. I have some breaking news on the electoral map and obviously on the election, is that Trump wins in Kentucky and Indiana and Clinton takes Vermont. This is all, of course, a CNN projection. This is not definite, but it is just a projection. So do be patient on that. And it looks as though Trump has 19 electoral votes. Clinton has 3 as of right now. Polls in North Carolina, Ohio, and West Virginia are closing at 7:30. 7:30 Eastern time. It's kind of early, but definitely get out there and vote if you have not already, because before you know it, the polls will be closed. Um, don't take this lightly. This is going to be a major, major election and certainly one for the books. Um, I want to know your thoughts on the election, so please tweet me at MattRicker5 and I will read your comments on air. Definitely send me your thoughts and reactions on the election. So, as I said, Trump is currently at 19 electoral votes, Clinton at 3. It's going to be interesting. In Florida, the votes have not come in yet. That's a key swing state. The Senate results are coming in too, but I'll hold off on that for now. I want to thank you all for joining me. This has been a live stream on Ustream and Facebook Live as well on my Facebook page. But I wanted to discuss the main issues of this election, and they were not touched on really, as I've said this before earlier today when I was on air and when I had a couple guests on. I want to thank all my guests for coming, but it was just a crazy election season, and I'm sure most of you can agree. I'm sure most of you can agree that this was a crazy election cycle for all people, no matter what party you're in. Now, I'm kind of ashamed that the election has come to this. I mean, if you look at, if you, think of other countries and what they must think of America and, the values that they stand for, I'm sure they're kind of wondering as well, like, how did they get to this point? How did they get candidates like this? They just don't understand. And I agree. I mean, you had 16 qualified individuals that started in the Republican Party, and you had 3. It boggles my mind that America could not pick much better candidates than Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. You have Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State and New York Senator, who has been in politics for 30 years, over 30 years, has accomplished minimal things. Now, you may disagree with me, I understand that there, but this, what I'm about to say, this is not me being biased in any way. I'm just simply trying to state the facts. Of course, if you do have any reactions, please comment on my Facebook Live feed or tweet me at MattRicker5. Um, so, and also you had 16 Republican candidates, and Donald Trump is probably one, or has been the only one that has been outside the establishment in all this. And it turns out, after going through all the primaries, the whole season, everything, we came down to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Now, is this what America wanted all these years to lead up to this point? I don't know. It's very it's going to be very complicated. This whole, and it was complicated, this whole process. So that's what I want to put out there. Also, uh, you know, I'm sure many of you can agree, but the veterans in this country, the veterans are always forgotten. They have, very poor um, care, it seems like. Yes, they have their own medical hospital system, but that system has not worked all these years. There was the backlog last year. You have veterans that are starving on the streets. You also have veterans who are jobless, who can't get a job. You have veterans that are disabled and have no access to, resources that they direly need. You have, you know, veterans who, all veterans and current members of the military who write blank checks to the U.S. government, saving our lives and protecting our freedoms. It's just a shame that the veterans are always left behind, and that's something that makes me so fed up with the whole election process, with the government, and it's just terrible. It's really, really terrible that it's come down to this. You know, I it just gets me so mad because these men have given us so much. These men and women, excuse me, have given us so much for our country, for the people. The priorities need to be set straight. The veterans, health care. Yes, the Syrian refugee crisis, but something needs to change with that in terms of the type of system that they're allowed to come in. There needs to be a easier pathway to citizenship, a path that is both fair and effective and safe, so that we're not letting the wrong people come into this country. But I want to say the veterans have not been discussed much in this election, and that's just a shame. Shame on us for not bringing it up more. Shame on the candidates for not bringing it up more. How dare they not address the crisis in this country? Yes, we have a lot of other issues, such as national security, foreign policy, the threat of nuclear weapons, gay marriage, abortion, the economy, lack of health care, and financial crisis. I could go on and on and on about all the issues, but please, people, when heading to the polls, please don't forget the veterans and don't forget to support our veterans. They give us so much in overseas and all the wars they've been into. I have some family that have served in the military, an uncle who was in the Marines. I have a grandfather that served in the National Guard, a grandfather that served in World War II and Korea as well. I have a military family. So I'm sure at the end of the day, we all want the best for our veterans, and if we don't, then there's a problem there. The veterans deserve our support and deserve our attention, appropriate care, And lastly, anything that they need they should not be turned away. That is all I have right now for veterans. So thank you for listening to this special broadcast, and we'll be back in a little while. Thank you.